77 WABC.
This is Sid and Friends in the Morning.
No, I get by with a little help from my friends.
Well, the entire stadium standing. Jeter singled cleanly between third and short his first time. So he is one hit away. He is at 2,999 as he stands in. And there's the chant, which you can hear in the background. Derek Jeter. Here comes the 3-2 from Price. Swung on and hit in the air to deep left. That ball's high. It is far. It is gone. He's homered. Derek Jeter homers to tie the game. And there it is. Hit number 3,000. Derek Jeter has achieved another milestone in his Hall of Fame career. 15 playoff appearances, 12 All-Star games, 5 World Championships, and now the first Yankee to amass 3,000 hits. The captain, Derek Jeter.
My God, I got chills. Last night I had the chance. I just spoke to Phil Simms on this show for the last 10 minutes, and he's a dear friend dating back many, many, many years, Phil and Lawrence. And I had the opportunity last night, thanks to Chad Lopez, to speak to my old friend John Sterling. And I said, hey, John, 20 years ago I showed up opening day. Trump was there that day. Trump and Regis Philbin. And I said, you promised me this scarf, this Yankee scarf. 20 years later, I still don't have it. There he is, I believe the best baseball voice. And New York's had some great ones. We've had some great ones. Got a great one right now. I think Gary Cohen's great. Michael Kay's great. But this guy's the best, John Sterling. John, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Wow, what an intro. Wow. Sid, I'm fine. And it's nice to join you on your show.
It's great to have you. And I have to say that when you stepped away, a lot of folks, John, were nervous. They weren't sure about your health because you were still at the top of your game. I've heard announcers, unfortunately, they have issues. And I remember one Dodger announcer, for example, talking about Pee Wee Reese 30 years later. Thank God that wasn't you. You seemed to be okay, and then you stepped away. So please tell my audience that you're fine. And the rumors that you're going to come back and maybe do some playoff games and World Series games is actually true.
Well, first of all, 100% healthy. The reason I stopped, I just couldn't do it every single day. I'm not talking about the game. The game is the easiest thing I do. I'm sitting down, running my big mouth, and to my right is, the greatest partner in the world in Suzyn Waldman, who I really miss doing that. But I just couldn't do it every single day. I couldn't get there every day. As far as doing the game, that was easy. There is a rumor that I might come back, but it's not official. And in both parties, both Accuracy, WFAN, and the Yankees, have to call me. But anyway, that is the rumor. It might be true.
It's true. I know Chris Olivero for 30 years. He's the brightest kid. He's a very bright kid, him and Chad. He's going to want you back. And the Yankees want you back. And the fans want you back. I mean, they've done? They had a couple of kids who are doing fine. They're fine. And then they put in, like my buddy Craig Carton and Brandon Tierney, who works at the Fan. And they're all fine. They're all fine. But nobody's John Sterling. And if the Yankees actually make the World Series, which hasn't happened for quite some time, as you know, John, you need to be calling those games.
Well, we'll see. It'd be a big kick. I miss working with Suzyn very much. But, as I say, we'll see. Something good will happen.
I think so. And, you also, and I remember this very, very well, you did talk shows like I'm doing right now, and you were great. I mean, for anybody who thinks that John Sterling is just a baseball Yankee guy.
Oh, no. No, I've done basketball and hockey and football, and I've done a million talk shows way back. I don't want to give you the years. Your people will think, my God, how old is he? Actually, I'm 86, but
God bless you.
Anyway, I did talk shows in Baltimore on radio and TV, and then for the 70s in New York, and then I began in Atlanta. 1 year I did a talk show. Then I went to the Braves and Hawks. So, yeah, I can run my mouth.
Yeah, and I'm sure you miss that too. And I don't know if you've talked about this, but it'd be nice to hear you here for example, on the weekends. Maybe a little John Sterling on a Saturday. I'll go with that. Because I know you would at least welcome the conversation about not just doing Yankee broadcasts again, but maybe even a return to a John Sterling talk show. Yes.
Yes, I think that'll happen. Now I've got to get a big radio station to say, yeah, that's a good idea, John. Let's do that.
I just said it. I just said it's a good idea.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I can. Once a week, that would be fine with me, and I would love to do it. We'll see.
So what do you do now? I know you live in lovely Edgewater, New Jersey. I was a Tenant Line, New Jersey resident for years. You and I were neighbors. You never invited me to the River Palm. I know you, Kenny and Albert, go there all the time. You didn't invite me, but it's a lovely area.
I went with Kenny and Barbara the other night, 2 nights ago, I guess. I found my place in Edgewater. I have a beautiful apartment and an enormous building. And I can call the traffic, if you'd like me to, on the West Side Highway because I have a living room of all windows, and it's right on the West Side Highway. And then if you look the other way up to the bridge, so I like living here, and I'm going to stay here. And it's right near New York.
No, it's gorgeous. But I have to imagine, John, because you've got so much to say, not just Yankee baseball, but I've had lengthy conversations with you. You're a very smart guy, and you got a lot to talk about. So does it get a little boring since you stepped away from the daily broadcast?
Sometimes, I watch all the games, Sid. Every game. I don't care what sport, football, basketball, baseball, hockey. And every now and then, Judge hits one, which he does every other day, and I'd like to be calling a Judgian blast.
Do you actually stand up by your television and start screaming, all rise, from your own living room?
No.
Yes, you do. Come on, John. Be honest, John.
I'm not that lost. But, I'll think it when it hit. His parents, Wayne and Patty Judge, loved the term Judgian blast.
Oh, yeah.
So I miss giving it to them. But anyway, but other than that, I'm really doing fine. I wanted the off time, and I have a very good routine. And, basically I go to brunch with my sports sections. And if it's one of those nights, I go out with family and friends. I have 4 kids who are now grown, and it's a pleasure. I can see them anytime. So
nice.
I'm very happy. I'm doing very well.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for asking.
No, we miss you. We love you. Tell me about this Yankee team. We have about 3 minutes to go. They've had a rough stretch so far this week. They've lost 3 out of 4. They still maintain a game lead over Baltimore. And you know this as well as anybody, John. You've been doing Yankee baseball for the better part of 35 years. But when those 3 guys are healthy in that same lineup, Stanton, Soto, and Judge, that really is a murderer's row right there, those 3. What are your thoughts on this team?
Well, I love the murderer's row. I'm with you. They've gotten a little better because of Jazz Chisholm. They've gotten a little bit deeper lineup. The catcher I like very much, the youngster Austin Wells. I mean, he's going to be a lefty hitting catcher for the Yanks that I think, can hit around 270 with 20 home runs. I mean, the Yankees love lefty hitting catchers. Well, they need help in the bullpen. There's no question. They have a few guys injured who are coming off those injuries. Ian Hamilton and Scott Efros and Lou Trevino. But it doesn't mean they're going to come back and pitch well.
Right.
They're just coming back.
Right.
But if they come back and pitch well, the Yankees certainly will battle the Orioles for first place and also battle for the best record. If you're going to go in the playoffs, it's great to have the best record because then you open every series at home. So that's one thing they can do. We'll see how they do in the days to come. I wish I could tell you what they're going to do, but I can't see into the future.
No. If you could,
crystal ball.
But if you could, I would say you and I hop in the car today. Let's go to Vegas. Hey, on the way out, John, who was your very first? Do you remember your very first home run call? And I'm talking about the nickname home run calls, whether it's the Bambino, whether it's an A-bomb from A-Rod. What was your very first?
It was Bernie Williams. It just came to me naturally. He hit one, and I said, "Burn, baby, burn," and that took off. Well, you know this, Sid. It wasn't meant to be for everyone, but it's become a cottage industry.
Yeah.
So it's been. I'm very lucky. I don't know why I did it, but the Yankees win, and the home run calls have become a big part of my broadcast. So I'm very fortunate.
Hence, Lou Ruffino at the start of our conversation played Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. I will say that the Yankees win the home run calls. And I think people lose sight of the fact that baseball is still entertainment. And while, John, you have a brilliant mind, you recollect anything from 50, 60 years ago, which is great. And the way you call the game is perfect, but you never lost sight of the entertainment value. And that's why you're special. That's why people just can't do what you do. And that's why you need to do a talk show here and more Yankee baseball. How about that?
I'll sign up right away. You got me, Sid. And by the way, while we have a chance, before I have to get off, I want to congratulate you. Oh. You have battled your way up to now you're doing a big morning show on the biggest talk station in town. Oh. And I congratulate you. I think it's amazing what you've accomplished. So
I appreciate that. Thank you. Coming from you, that means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, well, at some point we'll get together, okay?
Okay, John, have yourself a great holiday weekend. We all miss and love you. We're glad you're feeling well and doing well, and we look forward to hearing your voice again many, many times in the near future. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. The great John Sterling right there.